Hello. I forgot my thing on. Hello. I'm gonna put my jacket on. Hey, Cody, how's it going? Hey, how are you?
What's up? What's up?
I think you're muted, but that's okay. Okay, cool. I just sent the link to Fiat Jeff. He should be here in like a sec. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Hello. Oh,
Stress saying something?
okay. Let's see. Make some stuff.
Thank you.
Cody, I can't hear you. I don't know if like you're maybe my oh wait, there we go. Just kidding. My laptop.
Test.
Okay, cool. Glad we got that figured out. Let me see, like, is there anything I need to do to lock things down? I don't think so. I turned off the thing. Fiat Jeff, is that you? Ding. I can make you. I'm excited about this. Really excited to see what's going on.
Yeah, Fiat Jeff's kind of got his fingers in everything.
I know, right? How does he do it?
Every like 10 minutes, there's some new project that he's coming up with.
I have to ask him, yeah, what he's up to. I did tell him to put whatever username he wanted when he logged in, so I'm a little worried that he's like one of these people. Yeah, just like. He said he's on his way, which is cool.
Very cool.
Here, camera ready. Okay. Cool.
Oh, there he is.
Go. Cool. Mikos. Cool. Cool. Welcome, Fiat Jeff. Super excited to have you on our Base 58 encoding episode. I'm doing like, all right, cool. Are you able to like unmute and like share your screen or whatever? I don't know.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound great. Cool.
Yep, we got you.
Okay.
Awesome. We were saying how excited we are to hear what you're up to and see what you've got for us today. Cody, do you wanna do an intro? I can do an intro.
Yeah, sure. I can do a fair bit. So hey, Fiat Jeff, I'm Cody. I help Nifty at Base 58. And so for everybody, Fiat Jeff is I think in your Twitter profile, it says that you're the Scala native chief evangelist at Zebedee.io. But that's like a very small portion of that, right? Like he's been
No, that's
basically-
a lie. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, but basically like everything like Lightning Network and Nostr related is like Fiat Joff like has his fingers in. So it's like every other, we were just saying before you came on the call, it's like every other week you're coming out with some new big project that's like, hey, this is just like a cool thing I spun up in 20 minutes. And it's like turns out to be like this incredibly cool project. But all the Nostr stuff. So we had JB on last week and he talked a little bit about Nostr. And then I think you did LNTX bot a while ago, right? Like that was also you.
Still running. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just
That's
all
right.
sorts of awesome stuff. And if you look at his GitHub, he's got a lot of green on his grid, and so you know he's a full-time dev, which is also awesome. But yeah,
Great. Cool. Yeah. Super excited to have you via Jeff. So I don't really have much else to add. I think Cody did an awesome job giving some background and covering your prolificness on the GitHub. So if you want to go ahead and like get started, tell us what we're up to. That'd be great.
So yeah, I should have joined here a little before to ask exactly how I should do this. But
hey, we can't really hear you, Fiat Jeff, anymore.
Yeah, you were great, and now you sound really far away.
just get closer. Can you hear now? Or
A little
Yep.
better, yeah.
okay, so it makes a lot of difference. So, like, should I talk about Cliché, Immortan, or
Yeah.
or
If you could,
Nostr
like,
stuff?
Yeah,
Or
so the goal of like of the session today is that you like pick a project, maybe like Cliché or Morton, and maybe just like, you know, show us like the README, walk through kind of what the goal of the project is. And then one thing that I really like really seeing, and I think maybe Cody can offer up what he's looking for also, but like, you know, kind of like how it's organized as code, like what the architecture is, like how the different parts work, what your like cool parts, maybe like a cool part of the code that you like you're really proud of, or like kind of like integral to like how the project works, or maybe what some of the challenges are with the code and stuff. So I don't know,
Yeah.
really like seeing like digging into like the guts of the project and seeing like how things are organized is super fun. And then if you wanted to like maybe show us how you would like change something or add a new feature,
Yeah.
or like how to get started, that'd be really cool.
So let me start. How do I share screen?
There's a green share screen button at the bottom. I think.
Oh, yeah, very obvious. Okay. Let me share. How do this? Share. Okay.
And then the Zoom window that you got there, that kind of cuts it away. Okay, there you go. Thanks.
Okay. So Immortan is a library created by Anton and for the SBW wallet, and he made like the idea is that it works. It's simple. Like anyway, he made it to run on Android phones, and he made a lot of choices based on that. That are not probably not good choices for daemons that run in servers and have thousands of channels. So Immortan, I think it wouldn't work very well with more than like 5 channels, but that's enough for a mobile phone. And he made it for the SBW phone wallet, but no one used it for many months. And then I got tired of fighting against CLN and Eclair on the server to run LNTX bot in my other projects. So I decided to take Immortan and make a very simple node demo that I could use programmatically with it. And so I started learning Scala that I had never touched it before. And actually like decoupling, because Anton did it like to be decoupled, to be a modular thing, but actually in the process of writing SBWs, he started merging it with the Android code again, like making a little mess. But it was fairly modular, so I extracted it out of the SBW code base and published it, like turned it into a standalone Scala package, and it does a bunch of things. Like it has a bunch of code copied from Eclair, if you can see like here, these are all the files in the. It has a bunch of. It has an electron client, and like it just uses random electron servers, or you can specify your electron server if you want, but it uses random by default. It has a bunch of Bitcoin related. There's a noise here. I don't know if you can hear this, but it bothers me a lot. I'm
Yeah,
anyway.
I'll mute it.
And no, there's a noise here on my side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry
never
about
mind.
that.
And oh shit.
Is it election season in Brazil? No, sorry.
Yeah, it's a car making an ad for something. Anyway. So it has a bunch of Bitcoin related helpers, types, and like stuff for back to 32 decoding, whatever. How do I do this? Wait, whatever, like basic things. It has a Bitcoin script, primitives, whatever, and Lightning types, decoders, encoders, and stuff that goes over the wire. And then it has the Immortan, like the state machine for the channels that is implemented. It's a custom stuff, like how to send package, send HCLCs, and wait for responses, etc. And then I took that and I used like looking into the SBW code base. I made Cliche that uses that package. How do I do this? Uses Morton and SQLite and a bunch of other libraries to make like this. Cliche is a very small thing. That's why I was unsure about what exactly to show here, but it's a very small thing. It takes comments over like this code here is initializing Immortan. Let me go through, like it initializes all the things that Immortan needs. You initialize it like here, like in this imperative, weird, ugly way. Like it defines the network from the like reads configuration file, then it sets some global parameters, and then it starts like you do a connection provider that is like how will this library communicate with the internet, like both for HTTP requests that it does and for the raw TCP stuff that he uses for Lightning communication. And like you get the chain from like if it's mainnet or testnet. Then you initialize some parameters for routing that like Immortan has its own router. It lives here on the Eclair directory, but it's made by Anton, and he's very bad at organizing the code. So he just put it in the same place the Eclair routing thing was. He replaced it with his code base.
Yeah, Jeff, can you tell us what is a router? Like when you say a router, what does that mean exactly?
Well,
Like-
the basic stuff is it gets all the channels from the network by asking other nodes, like tell me about all the channels, and it doesn't check the blocks. It doesn't check if the channels are real. It just asks a bunch of peers, and if more than 2 peers send the same channel, it assumes they're real. And then it builds a graph of all the channels in the network. And when you want to make a payment, it builds a route, finds a route between you and the target peer and tries to send the payment through that, and try again if that fails, and so on. Like it has a very interesting, like I'm not super familiar with this part of the code, but it has something like it sends the full amount through the best channel it can find, if the payment fails likely because of lack of liquidity in the middle of the route, it splits in two and sends again the first through the first route and then the second part to the second route, and goes splitting like that. I don't know how the other implementations do, but this approach is very simple and it works very well, I think. And it ends up like most of your payments end up being, if they are reasonably large, they end up being MPP payments. And people like, if people that use LND, they're used to have to specify a parameter to say, oh, I want MPP with this payment. But with Morton, they just get MPP automatically, and most of the payments do MPP. CLN, I know it does a much more aggressive MPP strategy, like just splits everything a million times. I don't like that. I think it has improved since the last time I was furious against it because it split it too much. And yeah.
Yeah, I've seen on Twitter a couple times that you're pretty good about keeping stats on like how many of your payments fail and all that kind of thing. Like, do you have any good numbers on like the difference between like this Immortan routing style versus like LND versus CLN?
No, I don't have any numbers. Oh, those things I post are from my CLN node, and they are about forwards, like nothing.
Okay.
It's just payments that someone is sending through my node, and
Okay.
a large majority of them fails. So you initialize the library here, and here we initialize the database, the pathfinder. The pathfinder is the router stuff. Like, actually, this is like an object. I don't know why my editor is failing to recognize all the types, but I guess that's how it is. This pathfinder is actually an object, a class, whatever, that takes the request and splits them. Like, this is what I should be looking for here. Like it takes one request to send a payment, finds a route, and tries again and tries again and again and again. Yeah, I'm not very familiar with this also. And whatever, let's go on. It has this channel master object that like just keeps track of all the channels, and this also communicates with the pathfinder directly, like, and asks like, oh, I want to send them another payment through this channel, etc. This is setting up the Electron client for both for keeping track of the on-chain wallet that it has and for inspecting blocks for channel closes, etc. And like it has this on-chain wallet too that uses Electron, and it's a very basic on-chain wallet. You could have more than one, but here I can just use one because it's easier. It takes fees from public, like these public providers that have like mempool, whatever, that have fee rates. You can set up yours. And and what else? This is like some events. This is cliche. This side is cliche. I don't know, like, if everything is confusing. I'm just talking a bunch of bullshit.
Sorry, so real fast. So what exactly is cliche versus?
So yeah, cliche is a wrapper around Immortan that can be run in a computer instead of in an Android phone as an app.
Okay.
And I decided to make it to use it as the backend for LNTX bot and for my other small projects no one uses. So I needed something that could accept commands like send this payment and generate an invoice for me, and basically the basic things that you need for a Lightning powered application.
Okay. So that whole top part was just like the initialization of the Immortan library, and then
Yeah,
now it's like
all
this is
the
the
thing-
actual cliche part. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is also part of Immortan. Like this is Immortan takes these classes. Like this is very weird. This is not the best Scala code ever written because this is very much like Java, but it's a Scala, and like you pass a class, an object that is an instantiation of a class to the Immortan. This ln params is the basic global that Immortan provides that you interact with from the cliche code. You pass this object that has a bunch of functions, and Immortan will call these functions when these events happen, and then you can do stuff on your side. And these are basically these are the on-chain stuff. Like when you get an on-chain transaction, it will notify you here, and then you pass these to your on-chain wallet that keeps track of your UTXOs, etc. This is like most of the same thing. You also pass it to the store stuff on the database here. I think these things should be more abstracted by the Immortan library in the future. Maybe I'll do that, make it a more usable thing that you can just import and do very few with like very little with it and have your custom app running. It would be much better than LDK. But yeah, I guess I don't know if it's worth doing because no one uses Scala, so no one is going to be able to do this. But there's also the possibility of compiling all this to like both Immortan, like compiling Immortan to JavaScript, and then maybe using like could even run a C Lightning node, like run a Lightning node on your browser using the C Lightning WebSocket interface to send a message. Like there's a thing that compiles Scala to JavaScript, but this Immortan still uses a bunch of Java like libraries that require the JVM. So for now it's not possible, but it's a future possibility.
So real fast, because I've never used Scala before. Is that you're saying that the Scala code is running Java code inside of it, and that's why you can't compile it down? Or
no, it
just
compiles to the same Java bytecode that runs on the JVM.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the default Scala that everyone knows. But there's also a compiler for JavaScript, as I said, and a compiler for native code that just runs on the OS directly without the JVM. But these are like the most of the libraries that people use more. They rely on the JVM. So these other things are more limited. Yeah, but it's possible. And what else? Here, the more event stuff. This is like when your connection is ready, you start listening for fee rates from these providers, third-party providers, and fiat rates too, because I don't know if this should be here on, but like I actually I had this like listening for fiat rates because SPW shows your dollar amounts along with Satoshi amounts. So Anton put this on the Immortan library, but I removed it from Cliche because I don't care about fiat units. So they use it to be here, but they're not. Only the blockchain fee rates are here. And here's the most important part. It's the events, the same thing. Like you pass a class that has functions, and Immortan will call these functions when your payment fails entirely. Like it's not trying anymore. Like Immortan is not trying to pay that anymore. And then here, when your payment succeeded, and here it's when you received payment. And then here I've plugged in this dispatcher magic thing from Scala that publishes to a topic, and then on the cliche side you will receive a notification like both on the standard output and through a WebSocket. Like when cliche starts, it starts a WebSocket like listener, and it also listens for stuff on the standard input. and then you can connect to it. You can just send the comments through the standard input if you want, and then you get the responses through there. But you also get the responses, and you can also send comments through a WebSocket. And you can have multiple people connecting to that WebSocket. It uses just JSON RPC formats, and like CLN and everybody else, because that's the simplest thing. So that's it. And here we have the comments. All the comments that are available. These are, there's a handle file here. You have a ping that just says, oh, I'm here, I'm working, because in the beginning I was having a lot of problems with the cliche stop the answering, and so I implemented this get info thing, and let me check get info. Get info is just, it responds with the main node public key. That's irrelevant because Immortan uses a different public key for each channel. It generates your public, when you connect to a channel, it generates a public key that is specific to that, like to a channel, to a node specific to that node. Like it's like you hash your public key with the public key of that node, and then you use that as your private key to connect to that specific node. So if you connect to two nodes different, they will think they were connected to two different parties, but it's also actually the same. And these are your on-chain wallets. Just show the balance here. Total balance of all your channels, and then all your channels, both hosted channels and normal channels are included here in the same array of channels. And here's like all the channels you know from like in your routing graph, just the count here, just so anyway, I'm the only person using this for now, but these are the information I wanted to see. So, and here's like all your outgoing payments that are pending, that are in flight or wherever, just to give you a notion about what's happening. And yeah, these are the channels. The other comments that we have is like request hosted channel, remove hosted channel, and create invoice, pay invoice, pay a linear hour. This shouldn't really live here, but I was bored, so I made this here because Immortan also has LNURL functions and helpers in it, so it was easy. So I did this just to test and etc. This is like check payment, check the status of a payment, if it was paid, if it's received. And this is like the most important thing. It should be reliable, because if you're doing a programmatic access to a node, you must know, like if you're running a server that people has balances on it and you're paying out, you must know when you must know when they pay something, and you must execute something on when you receive that payment. You must run something to do some effect on your program, on your app. And also when you're paying out to a user, you must know if your payment went through, or if it failed. Like the check payment just checks the database, the Immortan database. This pay bag here, this is the database, and has these functions predefined. The database is SQLite, but you could implement it on a different database. It's like a thing you can import and extend, etc. And these are more plumbing comments. This is I started to implement on-chain stuff, like get address. It just gives you an on-chain address for you to send Bitcoin, and send your address. Like, it's obvious. And then I put these two here: open normal channel, NC normal channel, and close NC, but they're not implemented. Because I didn't like, I'm tired of these normal channels. The hosted channels are much better, even though Nifty just posted a rant against hosted channels on Twitter.
Yeah, could we take a look at the hosted channels code? Like I haven't used like simple Bitcoin wallet, but I know that so could you kind of go a little bit into like hosted channels and maybe go through the code a little bit of like what the difference is between that and a normal channel?
Yeah, as Nifty said, it's not a Lightning. It's it's just a protocol for keeping track of credits between peers, and it uses Lightning-like messages, and it uses like the HTOC stuff because it integrates directly into Lightning. Let me try to. I can't speak and show code at the same time. Anyway, channel hosted. We have this here, like this code is very weird, but fine. Maybe I should check this Poncho. Poncho is the plugin for hosted channels that I did for C Lightning. And
So what's the relationship between like, so Poncho is a plugin for C Lightning, and like Immortan is like a thing for Android apps, and then Cliche is like the software that lets you run Immortan like on desktops. Is that like?
yeah, basically that. Immortan is a library, and Cliche uses that library to expose Lightning stuff. And SPW also uses Immortan to make the phone wallet. And Poncho is a different stuff. Like the Immortan it implements only the client part of the hosted channels protocol, but it also does the normal Lightning channels. And Poncho implements the server part of the hosted channels protocol, and then bridges that through normal channels using C Lightning.
Gotcha. Okay. So Poncho rides alongside like a core Lightning node and lets you do hosted channels infrastructure kind of alongside like a Lightning node.
Yeah. You can use Cliche to connect to a Poncho node, a node running Poncho, and you get a hosted channel there. And then you can send a payment through that, and then the payment Poncho translates that hosted channel payment through a normal Lightning payment, and it goes through the broader network through that. It uses the send on your no one else uses this thing, right? It's just me. This RPC command, and because it gets an onion from Cliche or from Immortan, and it doesn't know what's in the onion, just sends that onion. And
So that's how you're getting around that it's not an actual Lightning channel, is that you're making the onion, just passing the onion, and then the C Lightning node, it's just like, because it can't see inside the onion, it doesn't know that it's not really a Lightning channel.
yeah. It sends an it has like basically the three like update add HTOC, and what's the other one? Update fail HTOC and update fulfill HTOC. The three basic messages. There's also the more format one that I don't understand, but it's here too. Like I just treat them both as the same stuff. And then you like from the Immortan side, you have the. Let me show this. Let me this Poncho is just like each of these files here is the state of a hosted channel. And like this channel here is a channel with the peer that has this ID. And this is the full state of the channel. This state gets updated every time the peer sends an update to HTOC, for example. And here we'll have, we'll handle this by parsing it and checking if everything's okay, and checking the amounts, like if your hosted channel has enough balance to send this, if the timeouts are okay, etc. And then it sends back nothing. It just stores this, and then there's the following message is the message called, it's similar to the message from Lightning Protocol that I forgot the name, but like this is the commitment stuff. The commitment stuff is just the state update message that just contains this the full state of the channel after that H2C was sent. It's called the last cross-signed state. Last cross-signed state. This contains the full state of the channel, and it has your balance, the other peer balance, and it has a remote signature of the local part and a local signature of the remote part. So it's cross-signed. It's signed by the two peers. And when you receive this, you first will receive an update at HTLC. Then you wait, and then the peer sends the state update that contains state update. It contains the peer signature of the last cross-signed state that will be the effective after this transition happens. Like you receive the state update, and then you send back your state update, and now you got the if the signature here matches what you're expecting, that will be the state. It matches, like it's you know your peer is like you and your peer are in agreement about what is the state, and the state contains the balance, as I showed. Contains the balance here. Balance for you, balance for the other, number of updates, and has a refund script pub key that you can use to pay back your peer if you wanna just stop running this stuff and go home, etc. And then when you receive this, you check all your pending update HTOCs, and you send them out to the Lightning Network proper using Sandonio from CLN. And then when you get a response back from Sandonio, you send it to the peer again with you send either an update fulfill HTOC or update fail HTOC. And then you send back another state update, and your peer sends an unstate update, and then you're in agreement again. Here, like in this specific channel, there's an HTOC in flight. I don't know why. Like this outgoing HTOC means like this CLN node has sent an HTOC to the cliche node or to the SBW node, and SBW hasn't responded yet. So it has in here we have the balances. Like this is the balance on our side, and this is the balance on the peer side. Yeah, actually this I shouldn't be showing this, but actually whatever, this PRD here is the cliche node that is running on the same machine and is powering the LNTX bot.
I had a
Cool.
little bit of a question about like the amount. How do you like, so if it's such a credit system, why does it matter like that you check the balance of like if you have enough money, right? Can't you just like have infinite credit? Like how do you decide how much money credit to give someone?
Well, when you open a channel, you say, oh, the channel capacity is this much, and like you don't want to have too much credit. Like if you like on the host side, on the server side, you say, oh, this channel you can have at most 100K satoshis on your side. I don't want to hold more money than that, but you can say, oh, well, it's a billion, and that's fine too. And you must check, because the check is like when your peer is paying through you, if it doesn't have more balance on his side, he can't pay, otherwise he will be stealing from you. So that was the check I was talking about. Because when you open the channel, the peer doesn't have, like, the client side doesn't have any balance. Only the balance is all on the host side. And then as the client receives payments, the balance ships to the other side, to the client side, and then the client can make payments back. That's the check. And yeah, and to your point on Twitter, you're talking about how to fetch the pre-images in the case of a disagreement or failure. The client, Poncho, like the clients, the SBW, Immortal, etc. It has a thing that will publish a pre-image. Like it's very primitive. I don't like it, but it will publish a pre-image as an op return to the Bitcoin chain. If the payment is expiring and you have released the pre-image to the peer, but the peer is not acknowledging that, you can put that pre-image on the blockchain and resolve that later like through other means, and you can prove that you're trying to publish your pre-image. And then on the Poncho side, you inspect all the blocks and check for pre-images there, like, oh, this for all these pending payments that I have here that my peer is not answering, is my peer publishing stuff to the chain? Is the pre-image published to the chain? So I must check all the blocks.
So you
Oh.
do like publish something. So you do like publish something to the chain. It's just like slightly different.
Like in the case of a very ugly conflict, you do like it's the equivalent of closing the channel because of a timeout.
I see.
Yeah. I don't think this is very relevant on the case of like in the pure like client server framework that we have here, like just a hosted, like the phone wallet is not hosting any payments, right? So it can pretty much trust that the server will be online and all the time, and it will respond to the if you release, if you respond the from your phone, if you respond to the server with a fulfill message, you can be pretty sure that the server won't be like withholding the message from you and whatever, because otherwise it could just steal your money. It doesn't have to do all these shenanigans. So it's not very useful, but it's useful to have this. It's necessary actually to have this on-chain arbiter functionality if you're doing routing through hosted channels, right? Do you agree? Anyway.
Okay, so just real fast. So for the hosted channels, it's that you're just trusting the person doing the hosting that they're not going to like rehypothecate and claim that there's Bitcoin that there isn't. There's no like real way to check that until like the payment fails.
Yeah, there's no checks.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, but the it's cool, right? I like it. What else? That means you never have to close channels on the blockchain, all that magic stuff. It's very simple too, and I think it's a strict improvement over a normal custodial wallet. First, because you don't have to review who you're paying. You can connect like anonymously, pseudonymously to the node, and you can, if you have a library like Immortal, it will do MPP payments through normal channel. If you can have a normal channel and a hosted channel, and like you do MPP between these two seamlessly, and stuff like that. And you can also like start with a hosted channel, and later as you get bigger and you start to have more funds on your app or whatever, or you become a better Bitcoiner, and then you transit to the normal channels. So I was
cool.
thinking of, yeah, go on.
No, yeah, you're good.
I was thinking of actually implementing the normal channel stuff on Cliche, but I don't know if I'm going to.
Yeah,
if I would be
that'd be
able
awesome.
to. Yeah. So we have here. I can't even find like. I don't know if I can program right while talking. Request hosted channels, remove hosted channels. Open normal channel. Open NC. So I just have to fill in this function. So the way to do it is
If you
I go
want to,
to-
like, yeah, if you want to code some stuff, Cody and I can like use notes in the chat to kind of maybe explain what you're doing. I've got,
sorry, I don't know if I understood.
oh, I was saying we can like, usually we can like kind of narrative what you're doing. So if you just want to like work on some stuff, we can like make sure people kind of follow along.
Yeah, I don't understand actually. I'm trying to.
Yeah, it's just like you can just go ahead and code, and like you don't have to like stop what you're doing. It's like while you're coding, me and Nifty will post in the chat like this is why he's doing this, and like that sort of thing.
Okay. So what I'm doing is looking at the SPW source code to see how exactly it's implemented there. So I can copy and port it to Cliche. Yeah, I think I'll give up this. It's a task too big for me to do like under pressure.
Oh, no pressure. It's totally cool. Yeah, but I understand. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So what else? Help me.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to talk about Noster?
Yeah, let's talk about Nostr. Nostr is very simple.
Yeah.
I could show my that was my backup plan. Show my Nostr relay, like the relay framework I've been working on, and that allows you to do custom relays. You know how Nostr works? you probably don't, right? So
JB talked about it.
Oh, yeah.
We had him on last week. He talked about it for a second, but I think it'd be really useful to just see, because one of the things he talked about was like how simple it is for just kind of implementing it. Of like, you've got like a simple web app of like how to just talk to a Nostr relay. Like, I don't know if like that would be fast for you to do, but just like show some code that like just talks to a Nostr relay.
yeah. So
And then Jose had a quick question about your SPW fork. He says that it looks like you're quite a bit ahead of the main Bitcoin contract repo. Is that, are you working on
Yeah.
the same fork that SPW is, or?
no, I've been like slowly modifying it and make it more palatable to my coding my coding preferences. Yeah, but just experimenting with it. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So this is a NIP. That's a Nostr improvement proposal, right? Or is that
Yeah, actually, it's Nostr. It has another different name. Nostr implementation
Nostr
possibilities.
implementation possibilities. Excellent.
I never like the improvement proposal
Yeah.
name, because it doesn't make a lot of sense, this name. So Nostr is like just this event format here. You have an ID, there's a hash of the event, and a public key of the person who published it, a signature. There is a BIP 340 like signature, and you can have tags here, and these tags may be indexed by the relays or not. Currently, like the tags, if they have one character, they will be indexed. Otherwise, they won't. Like, you can use for random metadata. And the content, and this content is like the string. It basic idea is like this will be the content of your tweet if you're doing a tweet.
Okay.
like yeah. But for other stuff, you can put other stuff here.
Okay. And is
And-
that signature? Is that a Schnorr signature or an ECDSA signature?
Yeah, Schnorr signature. Like,
Okay. Gotcha.
because very fancy, right? Could be. It doesn't have to be a Schnorr signature, but I decided it would be because that makes me a better Bitcoiner. That's how you choose stuff.
Do you guys use X only pub keys, or is it
X only.
Is
Yeah.
it X only?
No, it's X only. I didn't know about the magic, like the problem that people found out later with the X only stuff. But for here, it's not a problem. So like this is how you serialize the event for signing it. Is just make a JSON string that any language can do very easily. Like that. These are the things I think that people found useful, like found they liked about it. It's just very simple, and you can start doing it without knowing how to process binary stuff, etc. And then you
Are
have
you
these
padding with a zero? Sorry, are you padding with a zero for that JSON string?
no, you just start with a zero because it's a version, but I don't expect the version
Okay.
to ever go beyond zero. That would be
Okay.
weird. Yeah, but I just put it there just in case. And these are like the things the clients talk to the relays using. The relays are servers, just servers, normal servers with a name and an IP and store. I have this library for talking to for building clients, and this is the relay interface. This is JavaScript, and here you just connect to a relay, and you keep track of you open WebSocket connection to the relay, and you keep track of that, and you listen for events from the relay. That could be like the messages from the relay. They could be a notice that is just a string. The relay wants to tell you something. You could do that, like show that to the user or not. The event, it could be an event that you from a request that you made before, and you can send requests to the relay. There are these. You can either send an event that I just published this event, and for me, and you can send a rec message that is. It contains a filter like this, and the relay will check basically you check if it has any of these. Like you can include an ID, for example, just an ID, and then or a list of IDs. And the relay will check if it has those and send back, or you can send a list of authors and you check if it has events from these authors and send you back using this event message. And yeah, and then you keep the subscription open. So if the relay receives other events that match your filter, it will send them back using the same subscription ID that you specified here. And yeah, that's it. And here, like you handle when you receive an event message, you validate that event. This is just a library, so it will just call back something. And here is the Brainly client. That is the first client I did that people saw and they started liking Nostr. And that JB always shits on this thing, says it's terrible. Anyway, it works. And here we start a relay pool. Okay, let me show this. This library also has a relay pool is just this concept, a very unoptimized way of talking to relays is just you just put them all in an array and you talk to them all, you send everything you want to all the relays and you receive messages from all the relays. And here we instantiate a pool and we put a private key on the pool, like very weirdly, and the pool will sign the events when you send them to it. Like the pool is just that library manages this object called pool. And here we put all the relays we have set for the Brainly client. And like this is a JavaScript Vue.js stuff. Like when you receive a notice that is just a string from the relay, you just show it to the user. And that's it. Here is when we start the subscriptions. The main subscription of the Brainly app is just like send it. This is this way, kinds and authors. This is like I want all the events you have from these authors that are the people I'm following in this Twitter like stuff, and if they are of these kinds. Kind 0 is a metadata event like your profile name. Kind 1 is a message, just a tweet, and 2 is a list of contacts. It's basically the list of people you're following, and then these 2 and 0. No, 2 is a different thing. 2 is like relay recommendations from people, and the 3 is the contact list, the list of people you're following. And these are, you update them, and the relays are expected to just delete the previous ones, like just keep the most recent. And that's it. And also this is a filter that you can see here too, like is a public key reference in a P tag. If you have a tag like this that is a P, and here we have a pub key, and the relay is expected to index this and return it back when you send a filter like this one. So if someone mentions you, they will include, the client will include this P tag with your pub key. And then you ask the relays, oh, is anyone talking to me or talking about me? And that's it. In here, it's the callback stuff that the library will call, and we will handle the event here. And that's it. So people are, when they talk about Nostr, they just think it's like people will run these servers for free, and how we're going to find these servers, and then all the servers will have all the events in the entire planet. But that's not the way I expect the things to work. That's not how I imagine it. I imagine it like an improvement over the Mastodon stuff. For example, Mastodon is, there are servers, they have identities, they have owners, they have a community that lives inside that server, but they can talk to the other servers. But they also own your name, so you're tied to that server. If the server wants to kick you and to ban you, you have very little, you have no recourse. Like, and you could you could see like Nostr as being that, but with no one owns your identity because it's a key pair, and you can have a set of servers that you like more, that you more use it to. But if one of these servers decide to ban you, you can move to another server very easily, and you have all sorts of ways to notify the people that you may be interested in what you're saying. For example, if you're an activist or whatever, a famous person, these people, there's a very big chance that these people will be able to find you in your new home, like the new relays you're using, or even if you run your own relay, they will just, the expectation is that the client will automatically find you and start following you in this other relay. And you can have like, the idea is that you can have a relay that is just for a set of people, and you can have a relay that is, it has very hard anti-spam stuff that is like, it doesn't accept, you have to pay for each message, or you have to pay an entrance fee, or you can have a thing that's just a whitelist, just on all these people that I know, these are the only ones that can use my relay. You can have a relay that stores everything forever, or you can have a relay that just stores stuff for 5 minutes and then deletes, and stuff like that. So instead of writing all these relays I had in my head, I wrote this relayer thing that is a Go interface stuff, basically, that you can fork. Like, you can include this as a library in your project and implement these functions, and it will handle all the basic stuff that is handling these messages on the WebSockets interface stuff, and it provides you with filters, like it parses stuff, etc. And then you just have to implement these functions. Like, these are optional. You have to implement storage stuff, like if you want to store stuff or not, how to save an event, delete an event, or query an event, and then you have a filter passed to by this library. Like, these are if you want to implement, like, do something after a request to delete or a request to query are made. And these are like return metadata about your event, about your relay, also optional. This is like if you want to include the events of your own creation in your relay. And these are this is like code, that arbitrary code that runs when you start, and code about if you want to accept that event or not. Like, if the event you can just run a filter over the contents of the post. Like, if it has mean words, you can delete it and not accept it, etc. So I did this, for example, the basic one is just like what people that start on Nostr today, they think that a relay that just accepts everything from anyone and stores. And this is the full code. No, it's not the full code, because there's a storage thing here, like a helper for Postgres that implements the storage part in Postgres, but you can provide your own if you want. Maybe later I will make another one like here using some other storage mechanism. But then the basic relay code is just this. Like, the storage, it just uses the Postgres thing that comes bundled here, and here, like, you just need the Postgres database environment variable, and when initializing the relay, you process that and you start the Postgres database. And here there's a timer, like every hour you delete events that are older than 3 months. And here, accept event, you just accept everything except if they are too large. If they are too large, you don't accept. And here, what's this? Doesn't matter. And then I made this one, this expensive relay. The expensive one is, it requires you to pay a ticket. And here it use, like, it takes you to start it, you provide a room, CLN node ID, and host address. So it will connect through Commando to CLN and generate invoices. I think it has a handler stuff here. Like just renders a basic, very basic, stupid HTML page. Let me start this to see if it works. This stupid HTML page will just show the invoices. I think I can. One. Info. Oh shit. How do I do this? Expensive. Yeah. CLN node ID. Actually, I have to run this on the server. Really expensive. Let me send this to the server. It will probably not work. No, maybe it will. Okay. This is the previous version. It used Sparkle, but I'm just going to remove this. Post sports doesn't matter. Domain also not important. What are the things I need? Postgres database, it's there. CLN node ID. CLN host, CLN round. No, LN1, get info. Host. Host is this. Round. Here, generated round. Command round. Invoice. I don't know these things. Commando round. I guess this is fine. Should work. Now if I take layer expensive, put it here. And I'll delete this other one, this old. Yeah, I had an older version running here, but it's not here anymore, thankfully. I guess I can source this, right? It will work. Doesn't work. Whatever. Source. No, not this. Problem. Expensive. Really expensive. See, it's not working. I guess I have to import. My code doesn't have tests, and I release this stuff without testing, so don't do this at home. Ah. So I don't have a database layer. Expensive. So this is the actual thing I need. Postgres, this is correct. So it's not using the correct database string. PostgreSQL database. Yeah, because it's not. This thing didn't work, this source stuff. So I guess I will start it with systemd. Of course, I thought. Let's delete this. I think this will work. Reload. Expensive relay, yeah, it's using the different specifying a different file. The actual thing is layer expensive. Then we'll reload. Start. Layer expensive. This is all correct. Start. Yeah, it worked now. So it is
Cool.
It's listening here on this, and I think I have a domain pointer to this. Is expensive relay feature.com. So nice. So this is this web page in the most beautiful HTML you've ever seen. And if you put your public key here, and let me just run here locally. Hopefully it will work. And then I get a public key. And I try to send to this relay without paying, and then with after payment. Like I've never tested this. I had this code before. It was different. It was buggy. And JB, like William, he complained that he couldn't use it. So I rewrote it. Whatever. This is, yeah. This is just a random thing. I will remove all these relays. And I'll add explicit relay. Doesn't work. Worked. Did it work? Yeah, it's here. It was here already. Shit. So very buggy. Let's see. Just refresh. See, he didn't save anything. Shit. This thing is very shitty. Oh, can you save, please? I think it takes a while to save. I have to fix this. Now refresh and it will work. No, it didn't. Oh, it did. No, it did not. Okay, I guess I will not use Brainly. I use a different thing. I use this NoSQL thing. There is a command line client, and I think it has a set of relays here saved on this file here. So I'll delete this line and leave only expensive relay. So when I try to publish stuff here, I can write hello. Error opening WebSocket connection. So the relay is not running. If I do WebSocket expensive relay, yeah, it's not rendering the WebSocket connection correctly. But it should, right? It's more of a relayer thing. So I have no idea. So developer hello here. And make more expensive. Expensive relay. Well, here we stop this running. Stop. We'll start again, and now I try to connect. Let's see what happens. Okay, same thing, but here we should have seen nothing. So it didn't reach this part. Main stuff here is no, this is from the expensive. The basic thing is start. Yeah, where's the basic startup code for the relayer framework. So if it has the header WebSocket, it should return the WebSocket handler. Otherwise, it returns this or that page. Yeah, I guess I need some Brainly here. I had a better client. Oh, let me try this Astro stuff. Astro Ninja. Hopefully it will work here. I just turn out everything off and check WebSockets. I have to save it. Yeah, reload site. Oh, this thing is more buggy than the other one. Okay, but I think if you just do this here without refreshing it, maybe it will work. And I'm going to send a post. Hello. No, because it's not connecting to this thing. I'm going to just close this and open Chrome. Is sending connection upgrade. But I'm stupid and I'm expecting for upgrade WebSocket. Right? No, it's here. Upgrade WebSocket. So it should be here. Should be printing hello, but it's not. Yeah, I have no idea. Amazing. Uh, okay. What do I do now? Help me. Nothing is working.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's what I would think. So it's running, but it's not going into that function.
Yeah, it's not going
So-
to that function. It's
Uh,
expensive relay chat. Okay. It's showing this, which is expected.
Okay. Just drop some more print statements like higher up within there.
Yeah. Hmm. Uh. Oh. Future start, blah, 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 blah. We just remove this. See what happens. CCP. Oh, it's missing. CCP. Stop. No. Relay workspace. Relay. So this is the most recent, right? Yeah. Start. Started. WebSocket. Yeah, I think I mean intercepting this with the other one. It should go lower in the like this handle web page thing. It's being defined before the other. So this init thing, it's running before. These nodes are like these routes are set up. So the internal router just handles the web page first. So I can put it here. Right?
I guess.
I didn't make. No, I did. Start. Yeah, now I've introduced another bug. The init stuff must be run first. Interface. So settings. Relay. The storage should probably go below here. I think this will do it. Although I should probably change this interface to something that doesn't require the programmer to guess. No, it didn't work. Oh yeah, it did. Did work, but it tries to use the database before it's initialized. Anyway, I'll change this interface here. I think this should be the initialization. That should be a all initialized thing, maybe that returns nothing. In here, I implemented here. And only here, I put these special handlers. This return. No, there's no return here. And then on the relay startup stuff, I initialize the storage, I initialize stuff. And after all is done, I do this on initialized relay on initialized stuff. Okay. Guess this will work better. Oh shit. Okay, let me read this better now. It's trying to do a query and the backend is not there. No. 132 BDB. It's trying to do all the query parsing. And the WebSocket is running. Storage is initialized. What is B? What is B? Postgres backend. Events. It's running through this. Someone is making requests. Why? Rebind. Yeah, I have no idea. Postgres backend should have SQLXDB. So here I'm setting it. I'm not. I think I have to start this, and I'm not. I have to connect. I have to say connect somewhere, and I'm not doing that. Yeah, I have to do this init thing. No storage init. It's being called here. Yeah, it's being called here. And this connects, and it has a DB. Yeah, it should have one. Has a DB. And then here, has a DB. Start again. The hell? It doesn't have a database level. I'm probably replacing that variable with a new variable. Maybe that code is not being called. Yeah, but the other has a DB field is not being called. So I'm probably erroring here. And that means I should have had this error, right? Oh yeah, it has a database here, and then it doesn't have a database anymore. So it's not erroring, and it has a database here. This is a pointer to Postgres backend, which is a struct. And I initialize it here. No. Here, storage is initialized here, but I think I am stupid. And I'm returning a new pointer. I'm returning a new pointer every time instead of keeping it and just return it also. Just going to do this. Delay. Database. Whatever. Can do this here. Whatever. I will do this here. This. And then I return this. This fixes that. Oh, this is stupid. I shouldn't do this. I should do this on initialization. Okay. And now it works. And now we probably can connect here. Yeah, it just didn't break everything. And if you write
Beautiful.
a request here, like it returns an error because it like didn't specify anything. So I should be able to use noscode to send a reload. Send an event. And this is the event ID, which is just the hash. And if we go here, can request this. IDs. And it doesn't have the event because we didn't pay. So it just rejected. Like if we could put here a statement, what is the part where it accepts event? It checks an invoice. It asks CLN if there's an invoice with the label set to really expensive ticket and the public key, and if that invoice is paid. Like it calls list invoices and the parameters, and only if it's paid we will accept the event. Right, so it should work. Now our logins are polluting everything here. So now we're going to use to pay this invoice. Like we're going to pay this invoice. And sorry, what's our public key? It's this. So we put it here, get an invoice. Oh shit. This is, see, Lightning just changes the API all the time, so it's impossible to use. Very shitty service.
We're moving towards the future, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Should be positive. Oh, whatever. What's this? Positive. I'm not testing the correct thing, I guess. Invoice. Oh, I don't have a ticket price. Yeah, I don't have a ticket price. That's it. No, keep this login running here. And here I must specify the ticket price. So this should be probably a mandatory fee. 100 satoshis. No, it should be wrong. 500. And then stop. Start. And now I can probably generate this. Woo! And here I didn't print correctly. But we have the link here. Copy link. And now I have to pay. Oh, by the way, this is the WebSocket interface, like using WebSocket to the cliche instance that is running on the server. And then I can just call a command here that this is bypassing, like this is a beautiful formatting thing for just translate stuff into JSON RPC. So I guess I can paste this invoice here and you should pay. Please pay. Yeah, it didn't work. Please pay. Okay, it didn't work. Maybe I'll try this one. This is another cliche. Whatever. How do I do this now? I guess I will pay with my Stacker News account. That's why Lightning doesn't work. My thing doesn't work when I'm trying to use it. I'll just pay this invoice here. Yeah. I think it will work. Ooh. Maybe I don't have channels on CLN. That's very likely. Oh, it did work. Okay, so now if I do invoices, list invoices, what was the label? Is this? And my public key. It's here, it's paid. So when I publish an event, it should get saved. Right. And then if I do a request through WebSocket for this event, didn't work. Amazing. Let me check why it's not working. No invoice. Check invoice paid. I've just put a bunch of print statements here. Oh, this is using LN socket, the thing from JB55.
Cool.
Result and okay. Where's that annoying error thing? I had this. And yeah, then I will stop. Start. Now I'll try to publish again and see what happens. Ah, not authorized. It's the rune. The rune failed me. So I need list invoices. Yeah, how do I do this? I guess I one help from the rune.
Would just be method equals list invoices.
Yeah, but I also need the invoice method. I guess
Okay.
I can put one of these
Yeah,
things.
aren't you
right?
passing it in? Yeah, aren't you passing it in as an array? And so you could just do them separately, right?
Right. No, the array limits. No. If I pass in the array, it will like do an and. But if I do this thing, it will do an or, right? Or not?
Ah,
I should
yeah.
I should
I think
read
that-
this.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, separate by this. Whatever. I think this will. Invoice and method equals list invoices. Is there anything else? List invoices, and invoice. Yeah, it's just this. So I use this rune now. There's no padding. Okay. Okay, okay. So now I try to publish again. And then it returned the invoice correctly. But then here it did false, return false. It means it didn't allow. Because invoice is zero paid. It's not paid. Invoices zero. What's this? It's not paid here. It's
Is it
status.
status? I
Yeah,
think status, yeah.
yeah. Like this is what happens when you code drunk. I don't even drink. Yeah.
I have the same problem.
Yeah. Now it worked. Pretty work. Definitely false again.
Is it the zeroth invoice for that one, or are there other invoices listed? I don't know, just thought.
No, it's just one. I guess I have to. I didn't do this result thing. Like it needs the. How do I do in the other one? Result. Result. Yeah, I have to parse the. I was thinking this would remove the JSON RPC thing from it. Stop here first. It's end. Then start. And now I will publish. And this time it worked true. And then if I, oh, and then NoSQL client, it has received the event, the same event back. So it knows it was accepted at least. And now if you do this request for this event ID, it will work and then everybody can go home. No, it didn't work. This time is something on the query side. Yeah. Probably. Expensive. Relay. Oh shit. Yeah, it's here. There's something wrong on the query side. Mm. Just print this. And print the parameters.
Hey, Jeff, you know, there's a restart command. Maybe that's not like, doesn't let your reset.
Oh yeah, I have to stop because I'm transferring from my local computer to the server. So I stop, I do a SCP. I don't know if there's a better method, probably there is.
I understand. Okay. Yeah. no
Yeah,
worries.
generally I have like to deploy small things. I have a script that does make and stops, like does SSH to the server, stops the stuff, then transfers, then does SSH again and starts it. But here I'm doing it manually. Yeah. So if I do the, wow, shit. It's not reaching that part.
Hmm.
Yeah, time's over. I won't be able to debug this.
But when you figure it out, if you would like, we can like, you know, just like let us know, or we can like, whatever. It's another thing if you want. I don't know. This is really fun.
Yeah, once
though.
you figure it out, we can link to the code.
What? Sorry?
Once you figure it out, then if just let us know, and then we can link to the code. This is up on right.
Yeah, it's on GitHub.
Or like maybe
Yeah.
we can do a bug bounty if anyone's watching this and they want to.
I'll give you 500 satoshis.
Yeah, 500 sat bounty to fix the query in the thing. So, you know, if you're watching this and it hasn't been found yet, this is a, you know.
It's here. It's here. Anyone can come here. It's on this. No, it's where is it? Whatever.
I have kind of a meta question about Nostr. So like I recently downloaded like the Damus app, and I think it's Damus. The what you would call it, like is there like content discovery? Like how do I find more people to like follow? Maybe this isn't related to what you've been showing. So apologies if that's
Well, no, that's the question everybody asks. Well, how do you find people to follow on Twitter?
I felt that's good. I see them posting things and then I hit the follow button.
Yeah,
But-
that's the same thing I'm having. But
Okay.
the fact that Nostr is open opens the possibility for other people to create discovery mechanisms. Like they just index a bunch of things and suggest stuff for you, and like this is the protocol shouldn't handle these things, but it should be possible to do. Like you know that Hive.one stuff, right? That website that indexes the Bitcoin influencers, and you know this Hive.one. You know this, right?
No, I actually never seen it, but okay, cool to know.
Yeah, yeah. It also has the Ethereum influencers. You're probably here up on this list.
Totally okay if you don't click over there. Cool. Okay, that makes sense. It's interesting. Yeah. Is there
You
like
didn't
a,
know? whatever. I don't know how to search.
I
Whatever.
can't see it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so is there something similar for Nostr yet, or like?
Is there a
Nostr?
what?
Is
Yeah,
there a one for Nostr? Or-
No, the Hive.1 guy is interested in Nostr. I think he's going to do it, but he couldn't justify it yet because Nostr is so small. But I think if it grows a little, he's going to do it like an indexer like this. And this stuff is like, this is very good if you know no one from Bitcoin world and you just want to just follow people, you can go through this list and yeah. Nick Carter's here. Wow. Yeah.
Not for long.
Okay.
He's gonna move to the Ethereum one.
That's cool.
Okay.
Cool. Cool. Oh, there were a couple things in the chat. I don't know if you're like doing it. There's some people who said it's a great demo, and someone complaining that they're not in the top 5. I'm sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, the last time I looked, I was like 1,000, something like that.
Yeah. Cool. I didn't have any more questions. I don't have any questions for you, but I really wanted to say thank you. Appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us and walk through working on some stuff, etc. So thank you for that. And do you have any like last minute things you want to plug, or like where can people go to find more? You're on Twitter, like where
Yeah, no, nothing. No, just Fiat Jeff everywhere. Like if you're watching this, probably you know already, but but
Yeah.
if you don't, yeah, just search for Fiat Jeff.
Cool. Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks, Fiat.
Thank you for your patience. And bye.
This is awesome. Bye.
Bye.